So I know my videos haven't been too interesting lately. I'm trying to just keep up with getting some videos out for you guys. Basically, the Kick Ick is not an ick medication. It's to prevent ick from spread before it happens, which makes no sense to me, and it's a very expensive medication. So, and it killed some of my weak chromis. I'm not using that anymore. It's just not worth it. So, as you guys know, I've got a 20 long frag tank. And it's got a lot of coral in it. It's just too much coral, actually. And I've got nowhere to put it. The fish that was in my main display got all my other fish ick. Two of my fish named Tiny, which was the pygmy angel, and my tang both have ick now. Once again, I have to treat my main tank for ick. I removed all the inverts, and you can't put coral in for 6 to 8 months after you sit there and run Cuprazorb and carbon to pull all the chemicals out and do big water changes. So it looks like I'm not going to have coral for a while in my tank. I've learned my lesson. I've officially set up a quarantine tank for now. This didn't happen with my first tank setup. I actually had good luck and no ick. One fish got ick, and I actually had him quarantined, and that was it. So here's the deal. My frag tank's overwhelmed. It's got so many corals, they're all touching. I don't want them to die. They're all growing. So I've decided to do something different. And now I just set this tank up, but it was small. It was just designed for setting up some zoanthids to grow out. But let me show you what I'm doing. I just bought myself a lowboy frag tank, 50 gallons. Okay? It's only 12 inches tall, 2 feet wide, 4 feet long. It is absolutely huge. Just look at that. Can you see how big this is? I just went with a steel frame because it's in my basement, as you know. The sump is going to go under it. I just happen to have this board. This was a pre-bought board. They usually come longer, and it fits in here perfect. So I'm going to get another one of those and put it across. And then I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to put it up against the back. Like this. Let me see. Like that. So that means the whole back will have that across it. The bottom will have that on it. And then I'm going to put my sump under there, which will leave me 6 inches of clearance above it, about 6.5 inches, because the board's going to raise. You can't put it on this. This is, a little flexible, and that's not safe. That could ruin the acrylic or crack it. I know you can put foam down, but it's going to raise everything up. The wood should be fine since that's what it's on now. Those are raised wood with plastic under them. But look at this. This thing's beautiful. It's so big. Here's the box. I know it's hard to tell on the camera. So this is my new frag tank. It's really nice. They're not expensive. I think I paid 130 bucks for it, and the stand was like 130 bucks. The only thing I don't like is there's no edges to keep the tank on it, but once it's filled with water, I don't think it's gonna move. So this little tank, which this is a 20 long, it's hard to tell in the video, this is a 50 gallon, that's a 20 gallon. So what I'm gonna do is I have to move this tank. I'm gonna leave the power head running and a heater in it, drain it a little, move it out of the way, and then I'm gonna move this stand into place. I'm gonna have this tank ready, pre-drilled, the return line, the overflow line, and I'm just gonna move it into place, and then I'm gonna take all the water in this. I'm also refilling this with different sand. I'm using the Caribbean Sea Fiji Pink, which is the one I use in my main tank. It's the best sand. It's not overly fine, but it looks like real beach sand, and it doesn't blow too easily. So I got 4 bags of those. I want about 1 inch of sand, but this I'm so excited about doing this, but I do have to drill out my hole for the return, and I got to drill a hole for my overflow here. The problem is the overflow's on my tank, and I have no template. It didn't even come with one, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this yet. I mean, the overflow is just gonna fit because this is only 12 inches. I mean, look at my hand takes up the space, but you can just go in and just reach your stuff. I will make a top for it. I'm gonna do a netted top, a net top from Red Sea, a custom one. It's got like these little edges here. It's kind of like this tank. These got plastic edges. These are actually, they're plastic. They're just a little more heavy duty feeling. I actually thought it was rimless, but it's not, but that's fine. I've got the 2 AI primes, and I believe they'll be fine because I'm only running them at like 65%. They go up to 125%. So we'll put one here, and we'll put one here, and we'll have to extend them out as far as I can because right now I've got them pushed back as far as I can. So I think those lights will do for now. They should be able to handle this tank. And if they don't, I'm not gonna worry about it. I've got other lights. I have a couple XR15s on my display tank, and I might upgrade my display tank to 2 XR30s because I got one on it in the middle and 2 XR15s, but they're not the same brightness, obviously, because the 30 puts out more. So, but they are expensive. Now, this whole setup I just bought with the sand, the stand, and the tank was like $325. It wasn't much. I'm going to reuse everything I have. The sump it's the Ice Cap 24. It's plenty big enough. It's got tons of biomedia in it. So I just hope the exchange goes successfully. My only problem is I'm not going to be able to use the skimmer. That skimmer it's not that it's going to be too small. That's a hanging skimmer, and it's going to be too long. It's going to bottom out. If you see in there, this is a taller tank. Actually, it might fit, but it would be temporary because I don't want a skimmer on it. I want to make a nice frag tank out of this so I can grow out frags. I mean, look, it's dark right now, and my gonny is still open. I mean, that gonny gets so big, and the hammers are starting to get so big now, they're touching everything. The tank is so small that this little tiny power head is too powerful for it, and it ripples the water and creates issues. I think I'm going to try it in it at first, but I think I'll do some MP10s in this eventually because they're really nice pumps. I love MP10. I love the MP series pumps. One on each end. You can dial them down to a couple percent, whatever. I've got everything I need. So I just thought I'd upload this video and give you a little look-see. So unfortunately I have to paint the boards. They don't come black. That one's already painted. So I'll get a couple more of these. These are pre-made. This one isn't the real nice finish. Let me show you. I already bought these before. This one here came nice finished like this. It's smooth and sanded, and you just paint it. This one here was part of that other one. See, it's not as smooth. I accidentally bought 2 different ones. I'll get the nice smooth one probably. They're not terribly expensive, like 15 bucks or something. But anyways, I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna put that up as the back because I don't want to see all the lines and stuff hanging. And then I'll probably put some up on the sides. That's not too important, but I'm gonna have to drill through the stand and put nut and bolt or something. The sides are my last concern. I can do those anytime. I just want to get the back done, and I got to do something with the sump, with this tank. I think I'm gonna paint the back side of it. Now I like to paint the sides because it keeps the light in the tank. And if you wet sand them, they're nice and smooth, and you can still use your scraper on it. It's a lot of work, and this tank is huge. I don't know if I'm going to do the sides. I think I'm going to do the back. It is a drillable tank, not the bottom, but the sides. The bottom's probably tempered. All right, so I want to update you on that, and then I don't know when I'm doing it. I want to get it in there as soon as possible, but this is a big job, and I have to time it right, make sure I have everything I need so I can get it running the same day, because my corals are going to be sitting in the tank and a few fish in there with no filtration. I could probably throw a hang-on filter on it temporarily and throw some media in it, which might work. But I was told for 7 or 8 hours it would be fine with the power head of the heater. So I'll film it as I go, and maybe I'll film some of the process. I've never filmed drilling the glass or anything. Maybe I'll do that this time. I always don't show you that stuff. Maybe you guys want to see it. All right, I'm gonna drop this video, and then I'll let you know when I move forward with the next process. This will be a multi-part series build, and I think I'm going to show more on this one. Okay, now I did hard pipe last time on the overflow, and the return I did vinyl tubing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it under it. I might just do vinyl tubing. It's just easier, but I'll let you know what happens.